Good morning, dear students. In last class, we have completed our topic force. Okay, types of force we have discussed in the last class: contact force and non-contact force. In today's class, we start our new topic of this chapter: pressure. So in this class we will discuss about the pressure. What is pressure? How can we calculate the pressure? What is the application of pressure? How pressure is useful for different type of work. Pressure, the force acting upon per unit area. For example, this is per unit area. The force exerted by an object on per unit area is known as pressure. The force exerted on per unit area is known as pressure. Pressure always exerted by object. Pressure always exerted by the object depends on the surface area, means force exerted by the object. Okay, and this force acting on particular area, force acting on particular area is known as pressure. So the pressure depend on the area, the pressure depend on the surface area. How can we calculate the pressure? The formula of pressure equals to force upon area, means force acting upon area. F means force, A means area. We also discussed the unit of force is Newton and the unit of area is meter square. So the unit of pressure is Newton per meter square, and the SI unit is also known as Pascal. So the SI unit of pressure is Pascal or Newton per meter square. Now we will discuss what is the application of pressure. For example, if we take a needle and we exert pressure by the hammer, then needle easily enter into the wall. Needle easily enter into the wall. For example, we take a needle and we exert pressure by the hammer, then needle enter into the wall. Okay, why? Because needle has pointed end. Needle has pointed end. So the surface area is less. The surface area of needle is less when large force exerted upon the needle with the hammer. When large force exerted by the hammer on the needle means pressure increases. Pressure increases and needle easily entered into the wall, means the end of needle small, means surface area is small. When area is small, then pressure of needle is less. But if we apply hammer, if we exert force by the hammer, then surface area of hammer is greater. Surface area of hammer is greater than the needle. So surface area greater, though pressure is also increases. The pressure increases, then needle easily enter into the wall. So now second, shoulder bag, which we use shoulder bags, school bags. The strip is larger. The strip is larger than a smaller strip. Always shoulder bags have larger strip, because larger strip has larger area. Larger area means minimize the pressure. Pressure become less. We easily hang the shoulder bags on our shoulder. Why? Because shoulder bag has greater area. Area inversely proportional to pressure. If area is large, then pressure is minimum. So we easily hang the shoulder bag on our shoulder. Now third application, in tractor, two tires are very wide. Two tires are very wide in tractor. Why? Because the area of two tires are bigger. If area is bigger, then pressure is minimum. Area is bigger, then pressure is minimum. It minimizes the pressure exerted by the tractor on the ground. Pressure is minimized, so tractor easily move into the muddy field. So the question, why tractor is move easily in muddy field? Why? Because two tires of tractor are wide, surface area is small, pressure is minimized, so tractor is easily move in muddy filled. Now fourth application, camel easily walk in the sand, but we cannot, human being cannot walk easily in the sand. Why? Because camel feet are large surface area. Camel feet are wide. Camel feet are wide. Surface area is large and pressure is minimum. So easily camels walk into the sand. But human beings, our feet surface area is small. Pressure is maximum. Pressure maximum. Then our legs, our feet sink into the sand. We cannot walk into the sand because pressure is maximum. Our feet pressure is maximum. Okay, so we cannot walk into the sand easily. Our legs, our feet sink into the sand, but camel easily walk into the sand. Why? Because feet surface area is larger, pressure is minimum. So this is the applications of pressure. Now we will talk the pressure exerted by the liquid and gas. Liquid and all gas also exert the pressure, which depend on the depth. For example, this is a container. This container has maximum depth. If this container has maximum depth and liquid, we will keep liquid in this container. Liquid exert the pressure on the wall of container. Liquid exert the pressure on the wall of container. And liquid exert the pressure on the bottom is depend on the depth. If pressure increases with the depth, if depth is maximum, then pressure is their maximum. For example, we talk about this bag. The area of bag is same. The depth of this bag is same. Depth is same. So pressure is same in all direction. Pressure is same in all direction. So with similar pressure, water comes out from all direction. Pressure is similar because depth is similar. But in this case, there is depth maximum. Depth is maximum. Okay? So pressure is depend. Pressure increases with the depth. Pressure increases with the depth. If depth is similar, then pressure is also similar in all direction. Like that, gases also exert the pressure. If we fill the gases into the container, then gases exert the pressure on the wall of container. Because the kinetic energy of gaseous molecule is very bigger, very maximum kinetic energy. They collide to each other. They collide to each other. So, they collide to each other, then they repel to each other and they exert the pressure on the walls. So gaseous molecule also exert the pressure on the wall of container in which they are kept. Why? Because kinetic energy of molecules are greater. They collide to each other and exert the pressure on the wall. So this is the pressure exerted by the liquid and gas. In next class we will discuss the atmospheric pressure. Thank you so much.